This topic is really confusing generation and conduction of nerve impulse. Okay, so what we are studying in this topic कि एक nerve के अंदर inside a nerve message will be transmitted. Example, if you see a cockroach, then either you will try to kill it, you will leave it, or you will try to run. There are three options. Like you are not scared at all. You are scared, and one thing you are like, I don't care. Your brain is making decision, and accordingly you are reacting. This brain decision is transmitted to the full body. That is nerve impulse. How we transmit and how this message is generated is explained in this talk. Got it? And here we'll focus more on axon. You have axon, you know, nerve have dendrite, fiber-like structure, cell body, main central part, and then one long part is axon. So in this axon, this message is generated. How will be explained by this topic, and charge is responsible for this, mainly sodium ion and potassium ion. Okay, example. Neuron is a excitable cell. Excitable cell means changes can happen in neuron. It get excited whenever it get some signal. अगर तुम इसको सिग्नल दोगे तो ये एक्टिवेट हो जाएगी. That is excitation. Why? Because this membrane are in the polarized state. Polarized state means charged, positive, negative charge. Okay. Different type of ion is present in the neural membrane. Neural membrane like neuron membrane, axon membrane, dendrite membrane, and they are permeable to the some special ions. Like if neuron is not conducting any impulse, it is in the rest state. Like you are sleeping, there is no signal. This is the resting stage. During this resting stage, axon membrane is comparatively more permeable to the potassium ion and impermeable to the sodium ion. This kind of question will be asked. Okay, so I will make diagram side by side. Hmm. This is membrane, neuron membrane. Outside, you have more potassium concentration. Sorry, ulta. Outside, you have more sodium concentration, and inside, you have more potassium concentration. When neuron is not sending any signal, it is in the rest stage. Usually, potassium can easily pass through the membrane. So it is permeable for the potassium, but not for sodium. This is the polarized state. Okay, this is polarized state or resting state. Same way, membrane is impermeable to the negative charge protein present in the plasma. So it is impermeable to the negative charge protein present inside the axon. So question will be asked, during resting stage, what is present inside the axon? Negative charge protein and potassium. What is present outside the membrane? Sodium. For which molecule membrane is permeable? Potassium. Permeable. Sodium and negative charge protein, both, for both it is impermeable. Any doubt till here? What is exoplasm? Exoplasm is the liquid present in exome. All the thing here present is actually exoplasm. Everything here is exoplasm. Okay. So in this negative charge protein, sodium is almost impermeable. Okay. And sometimes They pick word like this nearly impermeable. Okay. Inside, as I mentioned, key inside the axon there is more potassium and more negative charge protein. Inside, low sodium. Outside, there is less potassium but more sodium. So there is a concentration gradient. How? More sodium outside, more potassium inside. Outside potassium is very less, inside sodium is very less. So this is concentration gradient. Correct? How? In this situation, more potassium inside and here it is less. So this is concentration gradient. For sodium, more outside, less inside, then this concentration gradient, both are concentration gradient. Okay. And this concentration gradient, positive and negative charge, are maintained by sodium potassium pump. Sania, tell me, this sodium potassium pump act by the passive transport or active transport?
Sir, active transport na.
Active transport. This sodium potassium pump require energy, and that is the main reason why it transport three sodium outward and two potassium inward. Whatever I am marking in the pink color is extremely important. Okay. You will ask me, sir, already there is a lot of sodium outside. Already there is a lot of potassium inside. Why we are sending three sodium outside and two potassium inside? Chandana. Chandana,
Sir,
we, we said ki example we have membrane. This is the axon membrane. You already have lot of sodium outside and you have lot of potassium inside. Still, this sodium potassium pump is sending three sodium outside. How is that possible? Three sodium are going outside the membrane. Two potassium are entering inside the membrane. Correct? How is that possible? Chandana?
sir, concentration gradient.
Yes, it is against concentration gradient. It is active transport. It is against concentration gradient. It is active transport. Why? Because sodium potassium pump is acting here and this is active transport. Active transport goes against the system, against concentration gradient. Any doubt, guys?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Imagine initially there was no charge. Initially there was no charge because outside you have positive sodium, inside you have positive potassium, there was no charge. But when you send three sodium outside and sending two potassium inside, what will happen in the charge? Outside you are getting more positive, inside you are getting less positive. Make sense? Because of this example, outside you are getting three positive charge, inside two positive charge. Can we say compared to outside, inside membrane have less positive charge or negative compared to outside? Second reason, negative charge protein is also present inside. They also contribute for the negative charge. And ultimately, what will happen? Outside membrane will have positive charge. Inside membrane will have negative charge. Any doubt, guys? Any doubt in this?
No, sir.
If anybody asks what is responsible for this, कौन कर रहा है ये सब? सोडियम पोटेशियम पंप एक्टिव ट्रांसपोर्ट की वजह से ये सब हो रहा है. Sodium potassium pump is responsible for this positive and negative charge. As you can see here, outside positive, inside it will be negative. Correct? And this membrane will be known as polarized membrane. Why? Polarized means charged. Now you have positive, negative charge. But as of now, no signal is passed. That's why still it is resting potential. Okay. Potential difference across the plasma membrane, it is still resting potential because as such there is no activity. And this is the most important paragraph of this chapter and most confusing. How many of you felt ki, sir, I tried to read this but could not understand completely? Anvita, Anvita, Chandana,
Yes, sir. It was confusing.
Barinder,
Yes, sir.
सॉरी सर मैं
Pratigya.
बोल नहीं पा रही थी हाँ सर कंफ्यूजिंग
पढ़ा था अनविता तुमने ये?
हाँ सर पढ़ा था बट कंफ्यूजिंग था मतलब लिख कर किया तो भी कहीं कहीं कंफ्यूजिंग हो रहा था
प्रतिज्ञा, प्रतिज्ञा, सानिया.
यस सर, कंफ्यूजिंग तो है.
कंफ्यूजिंग है. तो अब तक की समरी क्या है? What is the summary as of now what we studied? We said कि there is a neuron. Neuron have dendrite and axon. This membrane of axon is known as axonal membrane. Liquid present inside is exoplasm. Okay, and there are different charge. More, I am taking same membrane, axonal membrane. Outside you have more sodium. Inside you have more potassium. Inside you also have negative charge protein. Okay, if the, this is not passing any message in resting stage, then usually more potassium can easily flow in this case freely. Okay, got it? So what happened in this case? Sodium potassium pump act, and because of this pump, three sodium will go outside. Three sodium will go outside. Sorry, yeah, correct. Three sodium will go outside. Two potassium will come inside, and because of that, membrane will have different charge. Outer membrane will become positive, inner membrane will become negative. This is known as polarized state, charged state, and this potential is known as resting potential. Why? As of now, there is no transmission of signal. बताओ, ये easy लग रहा है? Is it easy to understand?
Yes, sir.
For everyone, just give me. Okay. So this is most confusing part of the chapter where you study about the nerve transmission. As of now, we said, okay, membrane have positive charge outside, negative charge inside because of the pump, sodium potassium pump. Okay, usually in the free state, um, it is more permeable for the potassium. Now, when a stimuli, when a stimuli is applied at site like point A on the polarized membrane, then membrane will freely permeable to the sodium. See what happened. It's like you know that you have to run. Example, you are a racer. तुम तुम्हें रनिंग करना पसंद है 100 मीटर और 200 मीटर. Okay. Now you are getting ready for the race. This is the resting potential. You are getting ready for the race. This is resting potential. Whatever we did so far is resting potential. You know you have to run and you are getting ready. Your body is ready for this. The positive charge outside, negative charge inside, and your body is ready. So this is getting ready for the race. You know, in the international standard, referee will use gun, correct? So once they fire, you have to run. So this firing is stimuli for your running. This firing is stimuli for your running. Once they fire, your body will get stimuli. Oh, there is a sound, I have to run. So how body react inside? This is the story about the nerve impulse. Key, there is a firing, you have to run, and your body will react in fraction of second. How is that possible? Nervous system. If you see snake in front of you, you will run in no time. एकदम तुरंत भागोगे तुम. Reason? Nervous system. So though we are taking almost 15 minutes to understand this, but the whole mechanism will happen in fraction of second, not even 1 second. Okay, and that's what you see. People in old age, they have slow reflex because with that time reflexes will become weak. Okay? No. So there is a firing in your race stimuli. Once this firing is heard by your ear, then it will go to brain, and brain will process this signal. Your neuron will process this signal. What will happen? First, it will be freely permeable to the sodium. What will happen when it is freely permeable for the sodium, and there was already lot of sodium outside, lot of potassium inside, and membrane was positive outside, negative inside. Now sodium will go inside in flux, freely permeable. Sodium channel will open. Okay, and it lead to the rapid influx of sodium, and polarity will reverse. Why? More positive charge is going inside. If positive charge is going inside, what will happen? At this point, only at site A, there will be positive charge inside and negative charge outside. Other thing is not. Tell me any doubt. Reason? Sodium influx. Correct. Now, outer membrane is negative, inner membrane is positive, and this is known as depolarization. Why? Polarized nature, charge nature is disturbed. D means disturbance, destruction. Okay. So now this charge nature is disturbed, it is depolarization. And potential here is known as action potential. Now your body will react. Depolarization means actual action, action potential. And same action potential is known as nerve impulse. Message is generated. Your body is processing it. Okay. And now ahead of this means this part. Ahead of this, you have outside positive, inside negative. Ahead of this, you have ulta. Now, what will you see in this situation? Uh, Anvita, what is the current direction? Anvita, Sandana,
Yes, sir.
what will be the direction of the current movement?
Sir, opposite.
Opposite. Varinder,
Yes, sir.
direction of current movement, like current direction,
Positive to negative.
positive to negative. Okay, positive to negative. Can we say in this situation, current will move in the outside direction from positive to negative? This is the direction of current. And inside, current direction will be this positive to negative. Right? Makes sense? Pratigya. सही है ये? Next. So axon at site B, membrane is positive on outer surface, negative in the inner surface. Because of this, current will flow on inner surface from A to B. This is A, this is B. Current will flow from A to B, but from outer surface, it will move from B to A. Correct? And circuit will be completed. It will complete the circuit. So polarity will reverse. And now action potential will generated at B. How? Like this. Due to this movement, what will happen? This side will become positive, this negative, and it will become ulta. Now, impulse is transmitted from A to B. Other is normal. Okay. So, what is happening here? Impulse or action generated at site A arrived at site B. Depolarization is actually message formation, nerve impulse formation, action potential. This is the generation of nerve impulse. When it reaches from A to B, this is conduction of nerve impulse from one point to another point. Correct? Once message is conducted, what will happen? Stimuli will come to the normal situation by rising sodium level again. Sodium will come out of the membrane, restore the resting potential of the membrane, and again it will become more normal. It's like once this message is done, race is done, your body will try to come to the normal situation after the running. So what will happen after, like you are running 100-meter race, after 10 seconds, very short time, it will again freely permeable to the sodium. Sorry, potassium will come out and membrane will again become normal resting potential. This is known as repolarization. Okay. Example in this case, A is going through repolarization and topic is done. Any doubt, guys? Pratigya, Anvita, Tania,
No, sir.
नहीं सर
Barinder,
No, sir.
Chandana.
No, sir.
So let me show you the simplest four version in this nerve impulse. For the quick summary, there are four situations. First, resting stage, when membrane is more permeable to the potassium and there is more negative charge protein inside, more sodium outside. Okay, this is resting stage completely. Then second state, sodium potassium pump will work. 3 sodium go outside, 2 potassium come inside, and this is because of the sodium potassium pump, because of and this active transport, and because of this membrane will have positive charge outside, negative charge inside. This is known as polarization. Okay, this is known as polarization. Next, this is like you are getting ready for the race. As of now, this is all preparation for the race. Now, when there is a firing, gun firing to start the race, now your body will react, it will run. This process is known as depolarization, real action. This is known as depolarization or real action. So, action potential. Correct. And this is the conduction of the nerve impulse. In simple language, you are running now. What happened in this situation? First, it will be freely permeable to the sodium. It will be freely permeable because of sodium, and inner surface will have positive charge, outer surface will have negative charge. This is depolarization. Okay, but other surface is normally polarized. See, this is the polarized state. Correct. So what happened? Current flow because of polarization, and it lead to the normal situation where membrane will come to again normal charge, outer positive, inner negative. This is repolarization. Just give me a minute. Hello. Namaskar, sir. हाँ, 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 जरूर पे जल्दी। Okay, this is repolarization. Again, it will become normal. What is the reason for the repolarization? Potassium. It will be again freely permeable to the potassium and again it to the resting state. That's all. Trust me, that was the only thing. Polarization means getting ready for the race. Depolarization means actually you are acting, you are running action, potential or nerve impulse. And last, in the end, after running, you will try to come to the normal stage. Like you will stop and then your heartbeat is higher. Again, it will try to come to normal in few minutes. That is a repolarization state. Again, it will become normal. Tell me, guys, does it look easy now? Was it really difficult?
No, sir.
So this part is done. Last portion of this is way easy. Like you will not face problem in this. Nerve impulse message which is transmitted from one neuron to another neuron through a junction. This junction is known as synapse. Junction is known as synapse. And synapse is formed by presynaptic neuron, postsynaptic neuron, and maybe there could be gap or gap may be present or absent synaptic cleft. So what is this? Example, this is the axon of first neuron. This is the dendrite of second neuron. Okay, this is the axon of the first neuron. This is dendrite of the second neuron. This whole thing together is known as synapse. Gap between these two is known as synaptic cleft. And no doubt this synapse made up of three things. One, this membrane, which is known as presynaptic membrane. This in the end, postsynaptic membrane, and this gap. So there are three components of synapse: presynaptic membrane, gap, synaptic cleft, and postsynaptic membrane. Correct? Any doubt? These synapses are two types. There can be electrical impulse very fast and chemical impulse comparatively slow. In case of electrical impulse, presynaptic membrane and postsynaptic membrane are very close. So current can flow directly from one neuron to other. Okay, it is same like single neuron. It is look like single neuron because gap is almost negligible and it is way faster than the chemical synapse. But also in our body, it is almost rare or absent. Why? Because if it happen, it's good. Our reflexes will be very fast, like cat. Do you know, like cat have best reflex? That's what I believe. Do you want to see cat reflex? See, that way faster than like sea snake. Reflex. And so they are way faster. So it's like this electrical synapse instantly. Even they have chemical, but their reflexes are very fast. Chemical synapses are common because they can be manipulated. They can be managed if there is any issue. And in chemical synapse, you have fluid-filled space synaptic cleft. There is more gap between two neurons. Okay, and there are chemical in the chemical synapse known as neurotransmitter. So when message reach to the axon ending, there are some vesicle that contain neurotransmitter. These vesicle are known as synaptic vesicles. See, so synaptic vesicle are the pouch, एक थैला सा बना हुआ है, and this pouch contain lot of neurotransmitter. So when signal arrive to the axon, then this synaptic vesicle will move toward the membrane. They fuse with the ending presynaptic neuron. They release neurotransmitter in synaptic cleft. This neurotransmitter will bind to the specific receptor in postsynaptic membrane. Remember, these receptors are present in postsynaptic membrane. Okay, oh, it already mentioned present on postsynaptic membrane because this is NEET-PY. Then this will allow ion channel to move the specific ion through it, and new potential will be generated in the next neuron. Example, you have a signal in the first neuron. This signal will be passed once it reaches to the second neuron like this. So second neuron will also get the same signal, new action potential. Okay. Remember, this signal can be excitatory और इनहिबिटरी. जैसे तुम्हें न्यूज मिले कोई, वो न्यूज यूजुअली दो टाइप की होती है. एक बोले कि मेरे पास तुम्हारे लिए सरप्राइज है, तो यूजुअली यू हैव टू वर्जन ऑफ सरप्राइज. इधर यू गेट रियली एक्साइटेड अबाउट दिस कि वाओ मजा आ गया, एक्साइटेटरी, लाइक एसिटाइल कोलिन, डोपामिन. These are the excitatory neurotransmitter. Inhibitory, like you get really keep, what is this? Inhibitory like GABA, glycine. These are the inhibitory neurotransmitter. Okay, these are the usual famous excitatory or inhibitory neurotransmitter. Diagram is extremely important. Labeling is important. Like axon, axon terminal synaptic cleft, presynaptic membrane, postsynaptic membrane, and synaptic cleft. All three together will form synapse. And these are the receptor in postsynaptic membrane. In postsynaptic membrane. Okay. Any doubt, guys?
No, sir.
Last part of this chapter, and then we'll be done because remaining thing we already did. But we'll solve all the questions from full chapter. I think we did this right, or no? Okay, let's do it. Brain is central information processing organ. You already know this. It acts as a command and control system. It will give command to the full body and it control full body. Okay. What is the function? It control voluntary action, whatever we do by choice. It maintain our balance, ear, cerebellum. Involuntary structure, heartbeat, right? Kidney function, blood vessel contraction, everything. Thermoregulation, hypothalamus. Hunger thrust, hypothalamus, right? Hypothalamus. Then circadian rhythm, 24-hour rhythm, like you get tired at some time and you are highly active in other time. Circadian rhythm. And it also control several endocrine gland and human behavior. Why? Example, pituitary gland is controlled by hypothalamus. Hypothalamus is the part of central nervous system, right? Right. And it process your vision, your hearing, your what you speak, your memory, intelligence, emotion, and thought. Everything is controlled by your brain. So if brain is so powerful, and it is, so it should be protected, and this is protected by the skull. Inside the skull, there are covering of the brain, and brain covering is known as cranial meninges. Yes. cranial meninges. Cranial meninges, like you have this brain. Brain have three covering. This is first covering, second, and mm, third. And after this third covering, you have this skull. Okay, so this is skull, outermost is skull. Then first layer is known as dura mater, innermost layer pia mater, and middle layer arachnoid. Dura outer, pia innermost. Okay, dura outer and pia innermost, and middle layer very thin arachnoid, thinnest middle layer. And you know these three parts. Forebrain have cerebrum, thalamus, hypothalamus, three components. Cerebrum is divided into two parts, cerebral hemisphere, and this track part is known as corpus callosum. Cerebral aqueduct pass through the midbrain, right? Midbrain, and pons, cerebellum, and medulla form hindbrain. This midbrain and hindbrain, mid, especially midbrain, pons, and medulla will form brain stem. Very, 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 very important. Tell me, guys, if you have any doubt. Chapter is done, but you always know chapter is never done without question. So this is the right time to be highly active. Anvita, what is this part? Sania, what is this part? Varinder, what is this part?
Synapse.
Chandana, what is this part? Pratigya, what is this part? Pituitary gland. You know, hypothalamus control pituitary. Okay, let's do question. How many of you are there?
I'm there, sir.
Okay, Pratigya, जिंदा हो? वरिंदर, चंदना, सानिया, सर फोन हैंग हो रहा है तो मैं कुछ ही नहीं बोल पा रही थी. आवाज तो आ रही है ना तुम्हें? Okay, so let's do questions. And questions from this chapter are pretty easy. Neural control and nervous system. Oh, in 2025, so there is no question from this chapter. Swan cell, Anvita. First, Swan cell.
फर्स्ट वाला होगा माइलिन शीट.
हाँ, swan cell will form myelin sheath. Swan cell form myelin sheath. And if myelin sheath is present, then myelinated nerve fiber. If not present,
हाँ, फिर
unmyelinated nerve fiber.
सिनेप्टिक
Bri-
नॉब न्यूरोट्रांसमीटर.
Synaptic knob,
न्यूरोट्रांसमीटर.
they release neurotransmitter. Bipolar neuron,
सेरेब्रल कॉर्टेक्स.
retina,
मल्टीपोलर.
and multipolar neuron,
हाँ सर, रेटिना वन. और
cerebral cortex. Okay, so swan cell form myelin
उल्टा
sheath.
नहीं है सर, मतलब बाइपोलर का लाइक सेकंड वाला सेरेब्रल कॉर्टेक्स.
नहीं, अरे what happened? So make notes from the video because we lost the notes. See, multipolar neuron found in cerebral cortex, bipolar in retina of eye, and unipolar in the embryonic stage. Okay. If myelinated nerve fiber are enveloped with the swan cell, they will form myelin sheath, and gap between them node of Ranvier. And myelinated are present in the spinal cord and cranial nerve. Unmyelinated swan cell are present but do not form myelin sheath. Example, somatic and autonomous nervous system. Next, Tanya. तानिया, तानिया मेरी आवाज आ रही है? बरिंदर, बरिंदर, are you there?
Yes.
Pons. It connect different portion of the brain. Hypothalamus
One.
have neurosecretory cell. Medulla control respiration and gastric secretion, and cerebellum provide additional space for neuron, and it maintain posture and balance. Was given in 10th class. I can show you all these three here. See here. Pons interconnect the different region of brain. Cerebellum provide additional space for many neuron. Medulla have center to control respiration, cardiovascular reflex, and gastric secretion. Correct. Brainstem made up of midbrain, pons, and medulla oblongata. This was the topic. Correct. It means after this session you have to finish all these questions. Chandana, cerebral hemisphere are connected by the nerve tract known as corpus callosum.
Yes, sir, true.
And brainstem made up of medulla oblongata, pons, and cerebrum.
No, sir. Cerebellum.
Not cerebrum or cerebellum, midbrain. बस खत्म हो गया.
Yes,
See,
sir.
brainstem contain midbrain, pons, and medulla. And here, the cerebellum hemisphere are connected by a track of nerve fiber known as corpus callosum. This is how you have to read through the question. This is out of our syllabus. Part, Anvita, part of human behavior for sexual excitement, pleasure, rage, fear are limbic system and hypothalamus, amygdala. The inner part of the cerebral hemisphere and deep structure amygdala and hippocampus, they form limbic system or limbic lobe. This limbic system or limbic lobe with hypothalamus involved in the regulation of sexual behavior, emotional reaction, and motivation. Got it? So finish all these questions. I will take class. No, I will give a portion from alkene and alkane. I don't want to pressurize you too much, so I'll give chemistry question only from alkene and alkane and GOC. Same, everything will be same. But you finish this part before 4 o'clock, and you send me how many questions are there. You have to finish all of them because there are not many. You have 75 questions. Many questions are from eye and ear. You don't have in syllabus. So hardly you will get 30, 40 questions, not more than that. You have to do 30 questions with proper explanation, reading NCRT again and again, and chapter will be completed. And after that, you can ask doubt. Okay. All of you can send me, sir, I have doubt in this. Got it? So finish this before 4 o'clock, this full chapter, and let me know if you have any doubt. I will explain it class. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. काफी लोगों को आवाज नहीं आ रही या तुम आंसर अच्छे से नहीं दे रहे? सानिया,
Yes, sir.
आंसर नहीं दिया तुमने, आवाज नहीं आ रही थी क्या तुम्हें?
सर बहुत देर तक तो नहीं आ रही थी.
तो फिर अगर आवाज नहीं आए तो मुझे व्हाट्सएप में डायरेक्ट टेक्स्ट किया करो कि सर आवाज नहीं आ रही है.